SBRforum.com, and we're doing another video on the NBA playoffs. We're going to take a look at the lone game on the board, and that's the San Antonio Spurs and Golden State Warriors Game 4. Now, this has been the Twilight Zone series to me. I mean, I watched the first two games from start to finish. I had absolutely no logical reasoning for why the Warriors were playing so well. Thankfully, at least for me, I'm actually not losing it. I'm not going crazy. And things came back to reality in Game 3 when the San Antonio Spurs went into Golden State and won pretty easily. Now, in the first two games, we saw a lot of things that were bizarre. Klay Thompson going crazy, that's fine. Steph Curry scoring tons of points, that's normal. But when you can actually win with Carl Landry as your power forward in San Antonio, using a very short bench that includes like Jarrett Jack, I think to me that was outside of the realm of logic. So things came back to normal in Game 3, and it was a big momentum changer in my books. First of all, it was the first game that we saw Tim Duncan play relatively well, and I think he's really the key for the Spurs. If he doesn't play well, these two teams are basically equal. Then you just got two teams basically shooting from the outsides, in the inside battles, not scoring, it's basically rebounding. When Duncan is playing well, he's the difference in this series. He's the difference between, in my eyes, the Spurs winning winning this series 4-1 compared to this being maybe a 6 or 7 game series. So I think I foreshadowed a little bit there. I do like the Spurs in Game 4. I think the tide changed significantly in Game 3. Games 1 and 2, I think Golden State, had they won both games, they would have had a legitimate shot in this series. They blew Game 1, they came back, won Game 2, lost Game 3. You start looking at the trends, and San Antonio is kind of picking up steam, and Golden State is losing it. Also, you have the factor with Steph Curry's ankle. I don't think that's a huge deal for him. He's probably going to play. Just looked like he rolled it a little bit, but this is a guy who does a lot of movement, coming off screens, running without the ball, bringing the ball up court. I think that this is going to limit him, even if it's just 5-10%. That's enough to give the Spurs the edge. So I think you can see the odds makers kind of agreeing with me. The Warriors were 2.5-point favorite for Game 3. Now it's just 1.5 for Game 4. I like the Spurs as a road dog. They have never been intimidated by Golden State. Greg Popovich's Spurs have dominated the Golden State Warriors throughout his tenure. That's why I was so surprised with how they played in Games 1 and 2. Obviously, rumors of a flu bug going around the team. Maybe that's what it was. But other than that, I just don't see Golden State really being competitive in this series anymore, especially without David Lee. What the hell is going on? Again, I can't believe the Warriors were playing so well in Games 1 and 2. Game 4, take the Spurs. I think the tide of the series has changed. They figured out the Warriors. It's back to business. I think the Spurs win every game the rest of the way. That's it for this pick on SBRforum.com, but make sure you check out all our NHL videos and Where's the Action. We have you covered all across the board for playoff action on Sunday.